Brazilian League playoffs. Obviously, the defending champs are down 2.6 seconds due to Machado. The intentional free throw miss, gets the rebound, and hits the game-winning three.
This is the second South American Basketball League we've seen a game won like this.
The exact same way.
The other one was from the far corner. I like this play, man. The intentional miss, firing it off the front of the rim instead of having it bounce around.
Yeah, I hollered at my people. I got a source out there in Brazil. They told me they were just trying to show LeBron how to do this. That's how you can't hit it off the back of the rim. You got to hit it off the front of the rim.
How about two teams who couldn't compete in the Brazilian League? Suns and Mavericks. Daniel House throwing down the hammer.
Second time in a week, Daniel House making butt first. Go get it, young fella.
Phoenix, they need to send us a check. I mean, we're making the team video for them.
I know, it's true.
I mean, I watch NBA.com. They don't have as many highlights of the Suns on there as we do.
Man, the starting lineups in that game were hilarious. More on that.
Moving on to the Rockets, Lakers, Chris Paul showcasing the handles.
No, that's
going with a beats of Zubac.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
CP3 going 5-hole, finishing up right there.
Man, getting clown.
Oh, what? Listen, you can't let Zubac get ISO'd on Chris Paul. Someone come help!
I mean, no one's going to throw the ball between his legs in an NBA game.
Oh, no.
Man, Chris Paul feeling good. I can't wait to see Chris Paul in the playoffs.
Rockets got their 65th win of the season last night. Finally, Hornets, Pacers, Lance Stevenson, big block on Dwight Howard.
But watch the follow-up. It's perfect Lance. Amazing block, talks to him, gets dunked on without looking. Like, Lance, the play ain't over, bro. Look at Lance. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, we just got dunked on, though. I love this play so much. This is the perfect Lance Stevenson play. Amazing athleticism, not looking at the ball, 2 points the other way.
I mean, he's a playground legend, man. New York City's finest.
Oh, my God. I played Kraft with Lance Stevenson.
Did you win? Or is he looking somewhere else?
Well, no, you don't play. I wasn't playing against him.
You're the same table. Sharing the same table.
Exactly right.
I see you, big money.
No, this was
one pretty obvious that I don't
One chain. Get in there.
Play craps. Moving on to Tom Brady. The will he or won't he play till he's 100?
Roll dice.
Question.
They were rolling dice.
Oh, so you couldn't.
Yes.
It wasn't like horse.
No.
So that big will he or won't he play till he's 100 question, that's still lingering with the Patriots fans and the Patriots brass. After an MVP season at age 40, it seemed Brady could play forever, she said sort of sarcastically. But then a tough Super Bowl loss, and then some existential thoughts in a Facebook documentary, and suddenly that dream seems a little pipey. Patriots owner Robert Kraft spoke about Brady to The Athletic. He said, quote, I hope he plays. He's at a different point in his life, but that is something for he and his family to decide what's right for him. Me personally, I'd like to see him play as long as he can. He's driven to excel. I think as long as he feels he's like that, he'll keep playing. We're so lucky to have him in our system. What do you think, Nick Wright? Should the Patriots focus all their draft picks on building around Brady, knowing they have a short window, or do you think they should focus on the future?
So this is, I think this is a really interesting question because it seems like the conventional wisdom is, since they traded Jimmy Garoppolo, got a second-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, because there's 4 or 5, or depending on what you think of Mason Rudolph, 6 quarterbacks in this draft, that obviously the Patriots, when their backup quarterback's Brian Hoyer, they're going to use one of those first or second-round picks on the post-Brady quarterback, on what will be their backup and then eventually their quarterback of the future. And I just think that would be the wrong decision. I think you have to recognize the history of their franchise. Before Tom Brady took the field, the New England Patriots had been in the NFL for 31 years. In those 31 years, they won 0 championships. They went to the Super Bowl twice. In the 17 years since he took the field, they've been to the Super Bowl 8 times. They've won 5 of those. And so you have this window that has stayed open longer than you ever could have imagined. But you do know it's going to close in the next few years. Spend every asset you have maximizing that window. Keep trying to rack up Super Bowls, because the moment Tom Brady retires, you're just like every other team. That I understand you have this legacy now, you're a great organization, I get all that. But you become one of the regular people once Tom Brady walks away. And I want to just add one other small point to it. People would say, well, if they had done that, they wouldn't have drafted Jimmy Garoppolo. Knowing what we know now, like, they didn't get a good return on Jimmy Garoppolo. They spent a second-round pick on him. They got less than 8 quarters of football out of him. And what they got was a second-round pick back for him. Like, Jimmy Garoppolo was not the draft pick that ended up being a great decision for them. He could have been if Brady had retired, but he didn't. I would look at, you need help on defense. You need wide receivers. I would give Brady every opportunity to win right now, and we'll deal with the future when the future gets here, CC.
If you know anything about New England's history, then you would know that they haven't done well with rookie players. They don't have a lot of rookie players that make a contribution. So I disagree with you. I believe that they should spend substantial resources to try to replace Tom Brady. The same way that Mr. Kraft, when he looked at the potential Belichick era ending, Josh McDaniel was getting ready to leave. Mr. Kraft had a conversation with him before he decided to go out that door because he wants a backup plan because he heard all the rumors about Bill Belichick. Now, to me, he would be a little naive or not reading the tea leaves if he didn't get a backup plan for Belichick, which he did with Josh McDaniels, if he doesn't get that for Tom Brady, and he's got to get it right now. It's beyond the Jimmy Garoppolo trade. Jacoby Brissett, they also traded him. So any of their two options as far as a stopgap measure or someone who would take the baton, both of those are gone with this last season. So they have a number of draft picks. I look for them to either put together either 2 number 2s or a 2 and a 3 to try to move up again to the bottom of the first round or select a quarterback in the second round. It is the right thing for them to do at this point in their career. Tom Brady, there is no map. There is no, oh, we can look at this data and it tells us that a quarterback at this time. There is no information that would give us that. Tom Brady, as far as a football player, his life's expired. Now, if you don't go into this draft and looking to get some type of replacement, some type of young blood in there, because Tom Brady's career is not going to end Mr. Kraft's ownership. Tom Brady's career is not going to end Belichick's legacy.
Right.
And if you think Kraft and Belichick don't want to win without Brady, you're missing some of the stuff that they want. I mean, that's going to be part of their legacy. How did they maintain the franchise after Tom Brady? I believe that's going to be very, very important to them, and I believe that they will invest resources this year to be able to get Tom Brady's ultimate replacement.
I guess the question would be, how much longer do you think they have to play with that? Like, do you see Nick's point in that they can be so successful right now that they have maybe...
No, because there's not enough players in the draft. I know New England's system. It's a hard system to learn. It's hard for younger players to play. That's why Belichick has done so well with retreading other veteran players. Last season, they went all in. I mean, every year they're trying to win, but part of trying to win is also having that adequate replacement.
What's the difference between last year and this year? They went all in last year.
He's saying they went all in by acquiring veteran players, not all in through the draft. They traded away draft picks for Brandon Cooks. And that's what I would say is, I'm not saying you have to use all 4 of these draft picks on players in this draft. I would be fine with a similar Brandon Cooks type trade. Like, I would be fine with something where we look at the Jimmy Garoppolo thing and say, oh, they got a second-round pick, they got a fair return. Guess what maybe they, instead of having 5 Super Bowls, would have 6 if they had traded Jimmy Garoppolo instead of for a draft pick to then go replace Jimmy Garoppolo for a corner, for some help on the defense. I know that what CC's saying is almost assuredly what they will do. And long-term, I understand that that's why it makes sense.
That's what football practice is.
I just think if you have this type of asset, maximize your ability to win championships while you have this specific asset.
Yeah, you have the asset, but the recipe is veteran players. So you can't say, I got the asset, and now I'm getting ready to change the way I've done it. You tell me the draft picks has made great contributions in New England.
As rookies?
Yeah, let's
No. As rookies, I understand that. But unless we think this is Brady's last year, you could draft a guy this year that helps you in 20.
Every year Tom Brady starts, you have to think that's going to be his last year. You can't say, oh, what's our window? There ain't no window for no 40-year-old quarterback. It's right now. But this Patriots franchise and their tradition of winning, it will continue. Just like when Tom Brady got hurt. They won 11 games, right? Okay, they will continue that. That's important to Kraft, and I know it's important to Bill Belichick.
I feel like we should always mention Tom Brady turns 41 in August. That's 41. Coming up, should Russell Westbrook be getting more MVP consideration? Russ thinks so. Next on First Things First.
Russ is delirious.